Hey everybody, Kristin LaVanway here, and I've got something that's really confusing to me. See, here's the thing. When people list a house for sale, at least people that I know, myself personally, it's because they want to sell it. Otherwise, why would you go through that inconvenience? I mean, listing your house for sale is a real pain. I see listings out there sometimes that make me think, wow, they must really like having their house on the market. There's a house in Scottsdale that just went under contract after 3,517 days on the market. That's nearly a decade. So I thought to myself, well, there must be a niche out there for people who really like keeping their houses on the market forever. So here's 5 tips to help those people out. Take the worst pictures that you can. I mean, first of all, don't take very many pictures at all. I mean, maybe just take one of the outside, which discloses nothing about that property that people can't learn from just driving by. Take really odd ones, like maybe of the pillow you got from Las Vegas, a close-up of the tile inlay, in an undetermined room. That kind of stuff will really confuse buyers. Use your cell phone and wait until it's coated with a layer of sweat and makeup, so it won't really be in focus and no one can really quite tell what you're taking a picture of. A house that looks like no one cares about it really kind of detours buyers. You're gonna walk in, you're gonna look around, and then you're gonna say, how can you get your house to look like that? It's easy. First of all, do not clean it under any circumstances. Don't mow the lawn, don't pick up the dog poo. And then here's a tip that us realtors know about. The odor of the house can really, really nail this down. Start eating a lot of fish covered in garlic and leave that pan out overnight so the smell just permeates through the whole house. If you really want something, a real secret weapon that's gonna chase people out the door, I can hook you up with a pair of my son's soccer cleats. Once those things hit the end of their lifespan, indescribable. Let me know, I'll hook you up. Hey, I've got a little acronym for you. Keep this in mind. ABO. Always be occupied. And this is a twofold tip, okay? First of all, when they call to see the house, it should go something like this. Oh, you want to come tonight? Oh, I'm sorry, that time doesn't work for me. Can you come back next week? Awesome, because they're not going to come back next week. They're going to go down the street and look at the house that people are going to say, oh yeah, I will be out in 15 minutes, you come on by. If you do cave and let them come in, make sure that you stay there in a kind of creepy like fashion. Invite some people over, maybe like your really obnoxious relatives. Make sure they're sitting on the couch watching soaps. This is a sure way to keep people from hanging around for very long. Because let's face it, the longer they're in your house, the more chance that they might actually like it. Now this might take a little research, but if you can find just the right agent, what I like to call the phantom agent, who makes their presence little known. They don't answer the phone, that's huge. Because if they answer the phone, there's a chance they might disclose some information that might entice the buyer to write an offer. You don't want that to happen, right? So make sure they don't answer the phone, they don't return any messages. They throw it on the MLS, sure that they gotta do that, but they don't have to do anything else, right? Only if they wanna sell it. So find that agent who's just phoning it in, except for they don't answer the phone. Last but not least, this one's huge. In fact, this one alone could keep your house on the market for quite a while. Overpricing the home is massively effective in keeping people from submitting an offer. You might be surprised. You might think, well, they might just give me like a lowball offer and think we'll negotiate. And you'd be surprised how many buyers don't want to do that. They just don't. I'll see a property that I say, you know what, this house is overpriced. And my buyers will say to me, we'd rather go down the street and work with the seller who doesn't appear to be insane, who's like living reality and realizes what their house is worth. For some reason, they just prefer to work with sane people, okay? And to prove my point, the house that I mentioned earlier, the one that was on the market for 3,517 days, it ended up selling for half its original list price. Granted, that's over 10 years, but my point is proven. So if this is your cup of tea, you know what? I'll do what I can to help you, but I gotta be honest, I prefer to actually sell the houses. That's really what I like to do, but either way, I'm happy to help out any way I can. You know where to find me, KristinHereInPhoenix.com. That's where you go out and make it a great day, and hey, whatever floats your boat.